So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Asia Adams, how you doing?
I'm good, friend. I mean, blessed and highly favored, as they say in the good old Christian church. But I'm amazing, friend. I mean, last year taught us life could totally be worse.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely it did. 2020 was a doozy. And 2021 has not started off very well. I mean, look at all this snow. So Asia and I, we both live here in Little Rock, Arkansas. We go to church together. Yeah. But look at all this snow that we've got.
Man, in my lifetime, you're from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm from Little Rock. Mm-hmm. I don't remember snow like this ever in my life. They say it happened. Maybe I was too young to remember, but I remember, ice day here and there, a couple of flurries, and, like, no, we're going to leave the kids at home. But this snow catastrophe or whatever you want to call it it is beautiful. And I am blessed. And I will tell you, I received a word throughout this. I was like, the Holy Spirit was like, all last year, y'all want to be separate. Y'all didn't want to talk to each other. I bet y'all going to use community this week.
Absolutely, we are. Absolutely. Well, this past year really has been a stretch on a lot of relationships, right? I talk about that often in many of my episodes, and having to be so intentional about everything that we're doing in a relationship. Like, I miss the freedom of being like, yo, I'm going to a baseball game. Let's hang out.
Dude, and that was fun, by the way.
That was
fun. That was legit fun.
Shout out to the Arkansas Travelers.
Man, they did it. Like, I miss that. I miss concerts, friend. I miss concerts. And I'm not all kind of concerts. I'm a neo soul girl. So I like those like indie pop artists that write their own neo soul, kind of like dirty grunge, you in a hole in the wall type place, and you just vibing out. Maybe it's smoky, maybe it's not, but it's like a whole vibe. Man, I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Well, my wife is a live music person. And so she misses being able to go to a restaurant and sit down and eat and just listen to some dude pick a guitar.
Man, I miss it so much. Like, bring the time back to us. Like, I miss it so
Come on.
much.
We need a concert on the podcast. Come on.
I mean, I would, but I'm retired.
You're retired?
No, nice. That's a joke I use. I'm retired. I'm not retired. Maybe I'll sing for you one day.
Yeah. See, I'll retire one day too. I'm ready for it. But it's like, forever from now. So, Asia, tell everybody, kind of give us a catch up on where you are in life. What you got going on?
Oh, man. You got an ink pen? Let's see.
Got a pencil?
I am literally, my dad used to say something back in the days, jack of all trades, master of none. Thankfully, I have mastered a couple, but I like to do several different things. Just as much as you can be eclectic with music choices, I'm eclectic, not necessarily with life choices, but with hobbies and creative things. I like to create things. I'm an artistic soul. So right now I got a couple of things in the fire. I went back to school because I always had a dream of being a teacher, and I love kids. I love kids and I love old people. Those in-between people, I pray for y'all daily. But children and old people, they be my jam. So I'm going back to school to be a teacher. I am still doing ministry with children, of course. I love my kiddos. Everybody knows that about me. I love my kiddos. Person who only has one, but I love my kiddos. As of August of last year, I am the co-owner of a jewelry business with one of my really great friends, Nikila Williams. So I have a business out, Bean and Tuts. It's an LLC. I have actually, which you're going to find out today, John Mark, you don't know this, I actually just stepped into a career change.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was an accountant for 6 years, and I took a leap of faith, and I am now working for the school district as a principal secretary. It is both frightening and exciting, and I have anxiety, the good anxiety though. So I guess I'm anxious, excited. I'm so excited. So I've done a career change. I have a jewelry business. I'm going back to school, and I'm still killing it as a single mom. At least I can tell myself that.
No, you are. You are absolutely killing it as a single mom. Your daughter's so blessed. She don't even know it.
Oh, so, I received that.
Hey, take it Take it and run with it. Okay, it's yours to have. So let's unpack this career change because I'm excited to hear about this. So
Yeah.
what were you doing before and
Okay.
what made you switch?
I have been an accountant for 5 years, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 5 years with Department of Human Services, DHS. And I did a little bit of everything. Okay, so Zacchaeus in the Bible is a tax collector. That's what I was, basically. I did all the state tax intercept for DHS. I can't go too much in detail because, of course, it's confidential, but just know I was that person you didn't want to talk to. So by the time people talk to me, they were not the most excited people in the world to have a conversation with. But that's where my main focus has been. And so helping children in that way, and then also helping with the call and other agencies like Safe Home, and making sure people know about those programs, which I don't think a lot of people know about Safe Home, which is a place like if you have to go into the hospital, somebody can keep your child for you while you're admitted into the hospital. It's literally what it's called, Safe Home. Different organizations like that. So that's what my career was at first. Accounting. I was originally a daycare teacher that I loved so very much, but I was blessed with my beautiful daughter. And so I don't know if you know anything about Little Rock, Arkansas, but in Arkansas, daycare, you don't get paid very much money. Not by their fault. They were really great at giving out money as much as they could, but it's just not enough to sustain. For me at the time, it wasn't enough to sustain me being a single mom. So I went back to school and got some college hours in business and finance at Pulaski Tech, and I started at the Department of Finance and Administration. And I worked there for a couple of years and then switched over to DHS. So it's like I still got this love for kids. I want to make sure what I'm doing is helping children around the world, or at least in Arkansas. And I have that whole mentality that I don't know if you know the pebble mentality. I talk about it all the time. You probably heard me talk about it, but you throw a pebble
mentality.
Yeah, you've never heard me talk about it?
No.
Oh,
tell me what
it
is.
Cool.
Okay, educate me.
Okay, so my pebble mentality is I don't know if you've ever been fishing, or I actually did this fishing. When you throw a pebble in the water, truth of it is it creates waves and ripples. Now, those ripples make it to the other side. It's not as powerful as it was where the pebble was thrown in, but by the time it gets to the other side, it still allows the water to move and juxtapoint to the pebble being thrown in the water. So in my mind, I have the pebble mentality. If I do one little thing, I may not see the outcome of how this blossom on the other end of the shore, but it shall. So I'm going to make sure I throw as many positive pebbles into that ocean of life or into that lake of life as possible. So by the time I make it to the other side, I may not see it, but I'm going to leave a legacy of so many powerful pebbles in the river or in the lake or in the ocean that, man, I'm excited that the other side is just going to be just great. It's got to be effective.
Let's go. I love that. The pebble mentality. You know,
the pebble mentality.
The same could be said for the opposite of that as well. So I was, this week being the snowpocalypse that we've had, I hopped on Twitter one day and I saw some girl like basically speaking negatively about, I guess Texas governor is Greg Abbott. And I don't know, I replied to her tweet and my wife read it and she goes, "You're out here acting like a troll." And I'm like, oh, oh, negative effect of the pebble mentality. Okay, for all you trolls there. Okay, people do see that and it will get back to you. But I like the positivity of it. I like all that. And so you had gone from being an accountant to now you're doing this career change. And so back to that.
So I want to tell you about the career change though, because you did ask me that and I had a squirrel moment. I'm sorry. Okay. You have to pull me back in because I go, squirrel.
Let's run it down.
But my career change, I had a hard year last year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm as much as everybody else. I think I made mine harder because I did something, and this one isn't mine. This came from a friend, but I did what you call trash canning it. The kitchen trash can, how you put things in the kitchen trash can and you push it down because nobody wants to take it out, right? It's usually the smelliest of the trashes you have in your house. And so you continue to push things down, but you get to the point you can push so much stuff down that it then starts imploding everywhere over the kitchen. I did that. I was like, all the things that's going on, which the racial unrest and the, the oppression of it all, and the I want to make sure I say it right. The positive of the help me. When they were marching, the positive marching, and then it being turned into riots and other things. And then you have all these people that are passing away around you because of the virus, and we're not really knowing how to handle it and what to do. And then it causes us to be away from each other and not touch and not being able to be in the same room. And it just caused, we already had separation, and then it just more and more separation, that I kept saying, everything's fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be great. That's why I just kept pushing it down. Like, I'm witnessing these things. I'm going to process it through just a little bit, and then I'll push it down. And then I'll process it through just a little bit, and then I'll push it down. And it's got to the point that everything just imploded. And I was like, all the feelings, all the things. And I imploded on everyone. I was like, and then this is how you can do better. And then this is how you can do better. I was handing out suggestions in my Oprah, and suggestion for you and my Oprah tone, but forgot to do it in a loving manner, right? Or I didn't hand out any suggestions to people, and I allowed people to implode on me. And so it was either one way or the other, and it was just becoming extremely toxic for my soul, to where I forgot to do something called, read your word. And I was pouring out and helping and loving people, but not being filled up. Not to say that there weren't avenues for me to receive the word. I wasn't personally building my intimate relationship with Christ. And so I went on a retreat at the beginning of January with a couple of ladies. And when I tell you, it was the best thing in the world. I had not been away the entire year. I learned after 2020, I thrive off of having time away from reality. Didn't realize that until this year. I thought I thrived off of being around people and being loved. No. I thrive when I can have time away, shut off reality, be filled up emotionally and spiritually, and then I can come back refreshed and 1000%. And that's exactly what happened to me. When I came back, I was like, you know what? I want to work with children. I'm going to school for it. I need to be in that environment for when I finish school. What can I do? And I started applying for things that, hey, I can do that. Hey, I basically do that now, just in a different setting. And I found one. I was like, you know what? Forget all those others. I'm applying for this one. And it ended up being the only one I applied for that week. I got a call back 3 days later.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, what you know about that 3, the Holy Trinity, the completeness.
Let's go.
Got a call back 3 days later. Did a Zoom interview for my job, mind you. Zoom interview, and got hired 2 days later than that. And then I was like, okay, I don't know how much you make. I know it starts off lower than what I made. And I was at the point, you know what? Because they was like, you can accept the job, or you can wait. We can offer it to somebody else, and you can wait on how much the job makes. And I was like, you know what, Lord? You didn't bring me this far for me to not have faith in you. I'm gonna take a leap of faith. Whatever it is, it don't matter. By the time I hit all of my friends' house, I'll have something to eat. Me and I will be fine. It will all work out. Got a call back from I told the hiring manager, hey, I want the job. Doesn't matter how much you make. We'll figure it out later. The HR person called me. I will now be making it $2.50 more, almost close to $3 more than what I make in the job that I have now, doing a completely different job. And in my opinion, less stress.
Let's go. So, and your new job is the secretary, right?
It's the secretary to the principal. I'm the principal's secretary.
So let me tell you about how great of an opportunity this is. So my degree, I don't know if you know this, is in education. I have a degree in physical education. I got it from University of Arkansas. And one of the things that I saw a lot whenever I would have classmates of mine graduate and go on to the next level, they would end up being substitute teachers for a long time at these schools.
Yeah.
They couldn't really get their foot in the door. Okay. You're already there.
Already in the door. And
let's go.
Look, listen. And so I'm so excited because I've had the opportunity to go through the Little Rock School District because I was born and raised in Little Rock, right? My daughter is a student in the Little Rock School District, so I've had the parent view. I've never had the inside view, and it's something about knowing how it looks on both sides. It helps your perception of when you actually walk through the door and you're then an employee, to have grace in different positions because you know how the other side looks. I've always enjoyed that about every job I've ever worked. I've been able to work from the bottom and go up, and so I've always been able to have the space to have grace for someone who's under me because I know how it is. It's having that grace and then sitting directly under a principal. Come on, man. That is God-given. So I'm excited about my career change. I'm like,
Yeah. So I'm just spitballing here. Okay. I really see whenever you get done with school and your education degree at Pulaski Tech, where you just go, hey, I'm like, thank you for letting me be your secretary, but like this has been put on my life and I want to teach now. Right.
Right.
Like, do
But I
I
said
even
even
need to interview or where's my classroom?
right. And even
Yeah.
in my interview, I said that I got to be honest with you. My career goal is to be a teacher. So I'm going back to school to be a K through 12 teacher, actually specifically a elementary school teacher. They was like, so you're telling us we got maybe 4 years if we hire you. I said, maybe 4 years, maybe longer. I'm going to hope and pray that I get done within the 4 years that I need because I have to start completely over. But if not, yeah, I'm here I don't job hop. I stay on a job until it's time for me to move, until I've been placed somewhere else. And she was like, you know what? I had to thank you for your honesty. My principal, man, she's an amazing woman. I'm not gonna say what school I work at because I have to make sure I didn't talk to them about this before I had it. So
Right.
just out of respect. But she's amazing. She's like, I just appreciated your honesty that, hey, I'm working towards this goal. I've worked on this level and I would love to assist you while I'm working on this goal.
Yeah. There's nothing like, that kind of transparency right there. I mean, principals, in my opinion, they're the easiest people to talk to in the building.
Yes.
Right. It's kind of weird to hear that, or I guess even for me to have that opinion. But I mean, they understand that there's going to be those changes. There's going to be those things. And why would they not want to hire somebody that is ambitious?
Right.
I mean,
right. And they had to start somewhere because you don't just go to school and say, I'm going to be a principal and that's it. And 9 times out of 10, they were a janitor or a cafeteria lady that went to school and then was a teacher and then taught for several years. And so they kind of worked the ladder themselves too. So they understand. And that's what I'm saying about that grace, man.
Yeah.
That grace of knowing how the other side works it's amazing. So I'm thankful. So excited.
I know, going back to how much principals work, whenever I got out of college, I had looked at doing like a administrative education route. And you had to be out of school for 2 years in the education system before you could apply to get your master's in education administration. Right. Yep. So it's 2 years application and then 2 years of master program. So those guys, they know how to work. Right. And they know the grind that it is because, I mean, a lot of them probably have families whenever they come out of school, or like they're just getting married, or, maybe they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, but they're people who are understanding that work. Right. And so for them to be willing to receive the I'm trying to do this is what I want for me, and still take a chance. Yeah. Principals are easy to talk to.
They are amazing. Like I said, I love mine so far. Especially since my first week has been, snowed in.
Yeah, weird. It's such a weird time.
First week of work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my company right now, I work in sales. And so the company that I work for right now, we're having our market. We have 2 of them a year and I'm snowed in. I can't even go visit my stores to try to talk to them about what they need on market. So, I mean, I'm trying to do it through the phone. It's challenging.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's challenging.
It's a lot.
It really is. So what's been the coolest things you guys have done in the snow this week? Y'all done anything?
Well, Anaya's teacher, because school was still in, her teacher assigned assignments for her to go outside and like build different things. Like her drama teacher said, build a prop out of snow for whatever scene that you come up with. So of course she's always choosing anything Harry Potter. And so she made a one. I think that was the coolest thing, because when I say it was a detailed one, it wasn't just like a pointed, like it was like, this is Albus Dumbledore's one. Like it was like it was actually Hermione's one, but it was like she was like very specific. It wasn't just a regular wand.
Do you guys having a childlike imagination? Do you still feel like you have one?
I kind of still have one.
Okay, so I'm disappointed in myself. I'm not gonna lie. My imagination, I feel like, is just gone. Like it's not, but it is. If I'm similar to you in ways that I am creative. I have many hobbies, But like I find an idea and I stick with it and I just go, but my like childlike imagination is gone. Like my adult imagination, it's here, it's clear. But being able just to dream up some scene in a movie or like, a SpongeBob story or something like that, I can't do it anymore.
I totally still do that. I think, honestly, you have to be on your toes when you're working with preschoolers, and especially between preschool, kindergarten, first grade, because they ask you questions, right? And so you have to be able to spin a story that's not too far from the truth, but far enough that it makes sense to their mind, because you don't want to just outright say, that would be a penis. No, that would be a witch. Like you have to, it's something about, and I don't know, expanding their mind on how they see things too. And so you have to be creative enough to not only use reverse psychology, but be able to spin things to where it kind of clicks and make their mind kind of grow as well. So I don't know. I think that's my gifting. I think that's one of my giftings, because I will make one of the most lavish stories. You should walk by the Little Life Room on Sundays. I come up with the most outlandish thing.
Yeah, I'll do it. So it's just never, it's not a gift of mine anymore. I'm the kind of person, so like when I was in school, I had an internship that I had to do. And so I taught PE for grades K-4, and then I did junior high, 7th and 8th grade. And I was the person that I would treat junior high kids like K-4 and K-4 kids like junior high kids.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, I've always found that talking to people like they're adults is like a sign of respect, right? And so I don't know if I'm ever blessed to have kids, I don't know that I'll ever be the dad that's like, I mean, I probably will. Let's be honest.
You will. I'm telling you, when I'm not going to say have to, but when you get the opportunity to do it on a regular basis, it tends to roll off the tongue. So when you get a kid, it's just going to roll off the tongue. You'll be surprised the things you come up with, and you go, I'm pretty genius for that. Like, you'll be surprised at things you come up with after a while. So I think because I stay in practice of it, and because I find more peace being around younger kiddos, I find myself relating to them mentally. And sometimes I find the point where I'm talking to adults and I'm like, do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand me? If you understand me, I'm going to nod your head 3 times. I'm like, okay, wait, you're an adult. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Well, Monica taught gymnastics, and she'll go, check if you understand what I'm saying, or something like that. She has like her verbal cues where you understand what I'm saying? Say, if you know what I mean.
Say, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, blink your eyes twice. Yeah. Who did it? You did it? Yeah.
They always taught us to do check for understanding, where you say it and then you ask a question, that way they say it back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to practice it, Asia, we're going to take a commercial break.
Okay.
What's going to happen, Asia?
We're going to take a commercial break.
Boom. There we go. So, okay, Asia, tell me about this. You've got a business. You mentioned it at the beginning. It's called Dean and Tuts. Tell us what you guys do.
Okay. We use polymer clay to craft earrings, and I actually have a pair on today.
Okay. Let's go. Those are adorable. Yeah.
Thank you. Each pair is unique to itself. So unless it's a stud, which is the little bitty pieces, there's not another piece that look like it. Even if it's a stud, in most cases, if we've mixed the clay with different colors, if we've made a color by adding dye or anything like that, we can't promise a piece is going to look like another piece. Like, I'll give you an example. This is mixed clay, this part, with different colors. While it's shaped the same, these two pieces are different, right? So we'll never get another piece like that. Mostly because, girls like to have things that are unique to themselves, right? Also, I as creative as I am, I can't remake clay mixing quite the same way.
Did you ever do mismatch socks?
Totally not. That was not my thing. That's my daughter, however. That's her thing. That's their thing.
So my sister My sister was a big mismatched socks fan, like way back in the day, and my dad did not understand it. Right.
Oh my
My dad
gosh.
was a purist with his socks. He's like,
I'm a dad.
yeah, I'm a dad too. I can't do mixed match socks. But anyways,
But my
so
earrings are mixed match. I can totally do my earrings, but I think for one thing, we went through a whole mask stage, right?
mhm,
And so the only thing that would show was your ears and your eyes. And if they have guys, if you haven't figured this out about me thus far, I am a unique creature. Okay, I like being different. And so one of the perks of having the pieces all different is they're different. Nobody else has, like, you may have put these two shapes together, but you won't get this pair of earrings. And so that's one of the unique things about our company. Also, all of our posts or our hooks, as well as our connectors, are hypoallergenic. That came about with, okay, so it wasn't just my daughter, but my business partner does not have holes in her ears. She has to wear clips. So a lot of her earrings, she was having to go and buy earrings, break off pieces, and add a clip. Whereas now, if you have to wear clips and you don't have holes, we can make any pair of earrings into a clip. Also, my daughter, Anaya, who's 14, she has a really rare skin condition that's in the same family with dermatitis. And what it is she's allergic to her own skin cells, so her own dead skin cells, excuse me. So she would break out from any earring. Any type of pulse would break her out and it would cause her ear to swell, and it's just like a whole thing. But of course, she's 14, she's a little girl, she's in middle school. What does she want to do? She wants to wear earrings, she wants to wear the big hoops, she wants to wear the things that everybody wear. Anaya is very different, like her mom. She wants Harry Potter style earrings, or she wants a big SpongeBob hanging from her ear because that's Anaya and that's what she wants. So kind of getting creative with her. And we just kind of looked at our children and was like, we kind of want to leave something for them. We did it at first, start making earrings for us, but then it became a legacy thing. Like, what do we want to leave for our children? And honestly, that's how we came up with our name. The name of our company is Dean and Tuts. Dean is from her 13-year-old son. His nickname is Dean, and Anaya's nickname is Tuts. Now, it's short for Tootsie Roll because when they brought her to me from in the hospital, she looked like a little Tootsie Roll. And I kept saying, Tootsie, Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Roll. And I called her Toots for so long. But when I spell it Toots, everybody say Toots.
mm-hmm.
And she's like, it's not Toots. That's what happens when you poop. I didn't do, So
Yeah.
we changed the spelling so that people would pronounce it correctly. But it's Dean and Toots, and it's from our children.
Let's go. So look at y'all having a generational thing here. I love this. I absolutely love this. Like that's one of the things, if you listen to the Steve Moore episode, we talked a lot about, the generational deal.
Yeah.
What are we passing on?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, did Dean and Tuts plan on doing the earring business together down the road?
That's an absolute no. Either her Dean is a boy and Anaya, of course, is a girl.
Yeah.
Not to say that there's not something to look forward to coming up. We got some things coming up. Guys have been asking, like, what do we buy on your site?
Yeah.
So we got some things coming up. I do want to say that. I can't quite get into all of it. Just know,
that's okay.
Guys, there will be things to purchase for yourselves. Mm-hmm. As well. And we're trying to branch out from doing more than earrings as well, but all the things will still be clay made and all the things will still be made for hypoallergenic skin.
Let's go. Send me a link whenever you guys end up putting some of the stuff out for dudes.
I will.
So speaking of the website, let's talk about it. Okay. So building a website is it's an interesting process, right? How long have you guys, I guess, been operational with your business? And at what point did you guys start doing your website?
That is a great question because it was not an overnight thing. The website building took some time, some error, a lot of error. Mm-hmm. We went live September. You know what? We went live September the 11th. I think that was the day we went live.
Okay.
We started in August.
So y'all went quick.
Well, we came up with the idea in July, but we actually started working on the website in August, and it It is. It has been a labor of love. Okay. Knowing nothing, we did use a website helper, which is Wix.com. And anybody can use it. We don't mind ever sharing anything that we did, because just like we had to have help, other people would either have help too. You can pay for a actual website builder through Wix, but we were a new business. We didn't have that type of money, right? And so we were like, we're gonna figure it out. Yeah, that took a lot of research. I am computer savvy as much as I was born during the computer age, but actually knowing background stuff, I knew none of that. I am happy to say through this, I know exactly how our website works. I know where to find everything. I know how to upload everything, how to pull something off, how to look at something, how to post something, because I was the one that did majority of the work on our website. My business partner took pictures, but she was the one that launched our, yes, I'm so excited about that. Yeah. She was the one that launched our social media, and she does TikTok and announcements and stuff like that. But the website was for sure a labor of love for me. And then I would send her something and she'd go, okay, it looks good, but this isn't right. Or this color isn't right. Or this page doesn't flow into this page, or this. So it was both of us working on it, give and take of different pieces and different things. And we had a really finite idea or finite decision of what we wanted it to come across as. We didn't want to like in your face colors. We wanted to be more smooth and earth tones because that's more us. We bought flowers, a lot of black and white because that's more of her color palette. Like she loves black and white. So just trying to like make sure everything kind of went in smoothly. Man, it was work. It was work. And then branding, we learned about branding and how branding is so important. And so when you see us, a lot of times one thing you'll see, and I don't know if people have noticed it, but you'll see a hexagon.
Okay.
And that's because it's me, her set of twins, her son, my daughter.
Okay.
So there are 6 sides.
Y'all got the symbolism and everything.
Yeah.
So the reason I ask about the website building is, for businesses like yours, unless you're hitting every single farmer's market, every single mom and pop, everything, like every pop-up shop opportunity, it's hard to generate business. It's so hard, right? And it's even, shout out to the fact that your business partner will do your social media, because that's hard too, right?
Oh my gosh,
there's so much to it.
We take turns back and forth doing social media. But let me tell you, algorithms are a thing, man. And when prior to this, I knew none of that. Okay. I was like, I'm just going to post a picture of my kid and let my family see it. I'm not trying to generate anybody actually looking at my page. I just want my friends to see, whatever. But doing that business, like having to do the background work for that. Also, I have got to shout out my friends, my loved ones, my family. My friends actually turned into my family. I can't really say how many friends I have because most of them are now my sisters. They're my family, right? Word of mouth is everything. Okay. I was telling somebody the other day, yes, I want you to support my business, but if you can't buy earrings or if you're not interested in the pair, share the page, share the website. Because John Mark, I know you. I know your mom. I know your dad. I know your sister. I know your wife. Beyond that, I don't know many of your friends, right? So when you share it on the podcast or when you share it on your personal page, that gives me a whole new avenue of people I have never laid eyes on.
That's right. Yeah.
So absolutely. Word of mouth is everything. Putting out a great product that people like, that they can honestly, yes, some friends do it because, they're my friends and they love me. But some people say, I really, really like this jewelry. I like that it's like this. I like that it fits like this. I like that it's this color. It means the absolute world to us to be supported in that way. Support. I tell everybody, support small businesses. Support. I don't care if it's a share, a like, because where you may not like it, somebody on your page is looking for the exact product that I made.
That's absolutely true. And I'll tell you, just from what I've seen, my wife would rather have 40 pairs of your earrings than 1 pair of diamond earrings. right? So,
Aww.
so for somebody like me, I would consume a product like yours to give to my wife.
Yeah.
Right. So it is important that we network that way, and
Mm-hmm.
go you for appreciating the word of mouth advertising that you're getting. And I mean, I'll definitely share your stuff. That's not a big deal. I mean, all I gotta do is
Friend. Listen, when I saw your first podcast, when I saw you were coming out with a podcast, I was like, y'all go see my friend. He
Mhm.
have a podcast coming. For one thing, you are engaging, right?
Mhm.
I've had a couple conversations with you. Of course, I'm biased in this, and I don't care. I still think my opinion matters, but I'm biased because, from the very first time I met you in the weirdest, most awkwardest form ever. Awkwardest. I made that word up. It's not a word, children. I made it up. However, the most awkwardest form ever.
Mhm.
That's how I met you. I met you, me and your wife were doing a life group together.
Mhm.
And I decided that I was like, the Holy Spirit told me, you're supposed to be my friend. We're supposed to go on dates together. Like you're my boo. And she was like, I feel the same way. I want to be mentored by you. You're my boo. And I met you and I said, hi. Your Monica says, oh, you're going to get married. You guys weren't even married then yet. I said, you guys are
That's
going to
right.
get married. That means we have to be best friends because she's my boo. And I
That's
can't
right.
be dating her if you and I are best friends. This has to work. And
Yeah.
you were like, come on.
Well, and what would happen? What would this podcast be if I didn't have my best friend on it? Right?
Best
What would it
friend.
be?
You look, high five, best friend.
Yeah. So, well, that's awesome. So, okay, let's go back to the business.
Okay.
Okay. So, whenever you guys got started, obviously you're proud of your work. Have you had to figure out where certain product moves at better price points yet? Do you have a way of tracking
Yes.
turns?
Oh
Tell me
my
some
gosh.
of that kind
Yes,
of
yes.
stuff.
Okay, so we are very proud of our pieces, right? It's anybody.
You should be, especially if they're handmade. You definitely should be proud of that.
Yes. We noticed that we were extremely proud of our pieces. As in being a new business, maybe the amount we charged for some of our pieces was kind of steep, right?
Okay.
So we adjusted for the different demographics that we were working in as far as just getting started and not having the word of mouth. You can't come out here. I know my product is great, so I'm going to charge you $50 for one pair of earrings. We didn't do that. But you can't do that. Nobody's heard of you. Nobody's going to buy it based upon you just say that I made this is great and I think it's great. Of course you do. You made it. So we had to kind of adjust the prices. And then we thought about, we're single parents, right? We're single moms. We, whether we're dating guys or not, we're not married. We're not married women. Let's say that. We're not married women. And one of the things we know about pieces and us want to have unique pieces, we want it to be affordable, right? What is the gimmick for the Dollar Tree? Why do people go to the Dollar Tree?
Everything's $1.
They know everything in there is $1, right? The gimmick about getting everybody in it, no matter what it is, whether it's going to be a flashlight or some clothespins, it's going to be $1, right? So we were like, not that we need a gimmick, but what is something that we can say about our site that is going to be true from day now to day ever? Everything on our site is $30 and below.
Okay.
There's nothing on the site over $30. And because we were like, what is a comfortable price that one of us would spend on a gift, even if we weren't buying it for ourselves? Because a lot of times you'll spend more on a gift for someone else than you will on yourself because you want it to be memorable. You want it to be felt. You want it to be, a space of where it's received out of the love that you put into either making it or gifting it, right? And I was like, well, for a good friend of mine, I think $30 is a roundabout great price. Because for $30, I can make sure they get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. Right? $30 is a good price in any gift that I would spend on a friend. And so I was like, let's do that. And she was like, no, let's do that. Everything on the site, $30 and below. There's nothing on the site above $30. Let's make it to something that we would want to do. Because if we don't want to do it, nobody else is going to want to do it. Right? Also, we wanted to keep the site for our specialty pieces. So anytime we vend or do a giveaway, it doesn't go on the site. There are specialty pieces we make for that particular vending event. So a lot of our vending event pieces will be $10 and below.
Oh, that's friendly. That
So
is
if you
friendly.
do $10 for a stud earring, you're gonna want to look at that. Okay, these earrings are really cute. They are comfortable. They don't feel heavy because these look really heavy. They are not. They're extremely light. And sometimes it just takes for somebody to try your product and then go, you know what? Where's the card? I'm gonna go to the website now and I want a specialty piece. So we had to learn that too, that not that we were undercutting ourselves at vending events, but more so of this is another piece of our word of mouth. This is how we get out there, because if you like this piece for $10 that took effort, mind you, because every piece we make takes effort, but it's just one stud or it's just one little piece, one little dangle. It's not a double set. It's not a triple set. Then you'll go on the site and you look at the specialty pieces for either a gift or for you. Like, you know what? I like the other ones I got from them. Let me get me a specialty piece just for me, you know? So that's another thing we learned about pricing and demographic and how things work. Also partnering with other businesses. Especially other businesses that don't sell other businesses sell the same things you have, but other businesses that don't sell anything close to what you have, right? This past Valentine's Day, we not Monica, I'm thinking about her. She must be thinking about me. Love you, Monica. Hannah Monroe reached out to me from Monroe Hub, which if you like shakes, if you're thinking about a healthy alternative, yes, I'm going to shout them out right now. I think anybody who wants to do that, hey, go get your shake. They even have coffee. I hear they have coffee.
Yeah, they do. So just to kind of really plug it for everybody, Monroe Hub is a couple of friends of ours from church, Michael Monroe and Hannah Monroe. He and his wife just started a new business here in Little Rock. It's in the Chenal area. They sell Herbalife products, and you can go in there and get some awesome shakes.
Yeah, it's all about a healthy life.
And they have a ping pong table.
Oh, man. And I know they have a nice space that they've been allowing pop-up shops too. So you might want to look into that. Reach out to Hannah via Instagram or Facebook. It's at Monroe Hub. But I partner with her while the shakes aren't necessarily something I'll do on a regular. We're thinking of a way to like help each other's business and pour into each other and love on each other. She was doing a giveaway. And so Dean and Tuts offered, or she asked, would we like to be a part? And we gave a pair of earrings towards her giveaway. And she was able to drum up business for us and get people to come and like our page from sharing that we were part of her giveaway. And we were able to then post things from our page, which we were doing it prior to. This wasn't just this giveaway that made us do it, but just people that I believe in, that I'm like, hey, I may not like the shake. I don't like to be cold. Probably this summer though, I'm probably going to go get me a shake. I just don't like, I'm anemic, so I don't like to be cold. Yeah. But for people who are interested in their lifestyle, it's January. A lot of people are doing changes and hey, Herbalife, sheet sales, you want to know where to get it? This is where you can get it from. One of my friends, somebody I trust, somebody I love. This is the way I can support her. I can share her business or share their business because I love Michael too. But you know, I'm a wife.
Yeah.
I get down with the wives. Insider, not anything nasty, promise. But yeah, so we were able to do a partnership with them and give some earrings to her giveaway. So I say, so learn to support other businesses that's up and coming. That's one.
I agree with
to that. Know your demographic that you're working with. You know, the event, nobody wants to pay $50 for a pair of earrings. Leave that on your site. That's a specialty piece. I mean, we don't have a piece that's $50, but I'm just saying. Leave that as a specialty piece. That's something that needs to be bought from your site. 3, think about the target audience that you're trying to sell to, right? So we have this thing where all races, all genders, we want to make sure anybody who's comfortable coming to our site can get a pair of earrings. And so we said this thing, whether you're 7 or 70, you can wear a pair of our earrings. And so we really, I'm going to delve into that a little deeper. Coming up in the next month, we have our sweet little model who is actually only 2 who model a pair of our earrings. We're going to do a mom and me set.
Let's go.
So you can buy a pair for you and your daughter, whether they're 2 or 22 or 202. So you have to know your demographic, who you're selling to, what matters. So those are my 3 tips. A, love on other businesses. Love on other businesses, whether they be Black-owned businesses in your community, whether they be first starting out businesses. Love on other businesses, not because it can help you, but because you know where you are when you're first starting. You wanted people to recognize and know who you were. Shout these people out. even if it's not something that you would use or something that you're currently using, it's something that someone on your timeline can use, right? So support. Know your demographic. And then once you know your demographic, adjust to what you found out about your demographic and your PowerPoints.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying kind of to start earlier, or I guess before we started, was, how I think I had a couple people on that weren't necessarily in my demographic. And so now we're just kind of, riding the ship back, and we're going to go back down the Little Rock area and just, but anyways, I was thinking about, what other questions I could ask you that you could really use to build up like new business people, right?
Okay.
I mean, you just hit like every single one of them, right? Like every single one of them. Know your demographic. Shout out other businesses, right? You've got it going on, and I can tell you, like, I text you, what's your website, right? And I'm pretty sure your reply to me was, my business name is Dean and Tuts. I'm like, I already knew that. Okay, what else, right? Like, but I have learned those things from some of the things that y'all are doing. So y'all are doing it right, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So as we get ready to close, do you have any wisdom for the everyday listener who's not a business owner? Just
if you're not a business owner and you're trying to be a business owner, faith, leap, do it. Take the leap of faith, do it. Believe in yourself. You can do it. If it was put on your heart, it's a desire in your heart, you do it. Go for it. I'm behind you 1000%. It's going to look bleak, but keep going. Because if it was a desire for you, you are meant to come to fruition, whatever it means. Number 2, if you are not a business owner, you're not interested in being a business owner, support locally.
Absolutely. I'm going to reaffirm that.
Support where you stay, okay? If Little Rock is not the place that you want to stay forever, that's cool. You're going to move, support that place too. But right now, you're in Little Rock, you're in Jacksonville, you're in Cabot, you are in North Little Rock, you're in Alexander. Wherever you are, support your area. Your area is brought up based upon the money that goes into your area, okay? So if you got to spend. I know Walmart's cool. It has everything. I know Target is cool. It has everything. I'm not against those businesses. They got it. They're rooted and they're expanding. You want a shirt? Maybe try the young lady who's sewing shirts from scratch, pour into her, pay a little bit more. And then that when somebody asks, you can say, I got this shirt from so-and-so. You should check them out. So support small businesses, support locally. And even if it's something that you don't like and you see it on your timeline, somebody else may like it. Share it.
That's right.
Share it.
Okay. What else, Asia?
And you better go listen to my boy's podcast, even if it's not me.
That's right. So, Asia Adams, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come on the Daily People podcast. You've been a great guest. Y'all go check her out, deanandtuts.com.
www.deanandtuts.com.
That's right. Give us your Instagram.
At Dean and Tuts. The word. Dean and Tuts.
There we go. Asia, have a good day.
All right, friend. Love you. Bye.